I'm a heterosexual woman who's politically opposed to heterosexuality. Who do I date? Hello everyone, Ace here, and today let's talk about something a little bit on the amusing side. In this case, an old article from 2020 that nevertheless was so hilarious that I've decided to go ahead and talk about it. Also, I do need to mention that this is a letter response article, as in the staff are responding to letters written to them by their readers. Specifically, I'm talking about this article on Slate titled, "I'm a heterosexual woman who's politically opposed to heterosexuality. Who do I date?" And to just jump right into it, here is the letter that Slate received from one of their readers. Quote, "Dear How to Do It, I'm a cis woman in kind of a classic millennial sex pickle. I'm really repelled by heterosexuality politically and personally, but I'm also really into dick. I've been thinking maybe I should look for bi dudes by curious gay dudes, but I am not sure how best to do that. Rich, what would you think of a woman being on Grindr or Scruff? I do want to be respectful of gay men's spaces and not horn in where I'm not welcome, but I really would love to find a verse guy with queer politics who would be up for casually dating a woman. What do you think? If you were me, where would you look?" And it is signed Radical. An accurate pseudonym given the nature of that particular hot take. But what makes this even funnier is the response, because the journalist in question accidentally undermines progressive politics with his response. As he says, quote, "Dear Radical, I'm not sure I'd call this a classic millennial sex pickle, and I'd like to hear more about your particular flavor of self-flagellating dick politics, but I'll answer the question you actually asked. A general rule of thumb that I wished more people followed is, if you enter a space as someone who is not a member of the demographic for which said space was established, you should behave yourself. Don't try to make something that has been designed to be not about you, about you." That one statement completely undermines the woke crowd, and here's exactly why. By the reasoning of that statement, people who are, for example, not Star Wars fans shouldn't forcefully try to insert their own politics into Star Wars. They should instead behave themselves, as the Slate writer put it. So yeah, this is a Slate writer unintentionally admitting that what they're doing to various fandoms is morally wrong and makes them absolute scumbags. It's also the Slate writer admitting that yes, there is indeed a point to gatekeeping, because if you don't gatekeep, you run the risk of having some of the most insane people getting into your community and trying to dictate how things should be within that said community. So yeah, a rather eye-opening response from the Slate writer, to say the very least. Though this being a Slate writer and this person perhaps being slightly self-aware, they did decide to try to backpedal by claiming that Grindr is no longer exclusively for gay men because trans women are on it. Which is a take that I am going to leave alone because I like having a YouTube channel. I will, however, comment on the very end of the journalist's response, as he goes on to state, quote, "Ultimately, I feel like you're going to end up with some big-dicked puppy dog of a straight guy who's read some theory here and there anyway. I mean, by all means, have fun until you find him, but I'd put money on that being where this is going." Sadly, if I had to put money on it, I'd wager that that journalist was half right in the worst way possible. Something tells me that Miss Radical, being the crazy progressive that she is, will find her lover to more emphasize the puppy dog and emphasize less the straight guy. And with that horrific image now implanted in everyone's minds, I'm going to finish by stating that a link to an archive of the article will be left in the description below, so those of you who are morbidly curious can check it out for yourself if you should so desire. But in any case, this has been Ace. Hope to see you guys again soon. Take care. Ace out.